In this video, we're going to talk about adding fractions, which seems like a crazy thing to cover at this point in the year, but it's just something, there's small mistakes that people make, so we just want to make sure we're adding fractions correctly because it'll be related to other things we're doing. All right, and the most important thing when we're adding fractions is that you get that common denominator. All right, so the bottom of your fraction has to be the same. Notice these are both C, and you don't add the bottoms, you just combine them into that one common denominator, and then you actually add or subtract the tops. All right, so that's the algorithm for adding. We have to get the bottoms to match first, and then we can add them together. Of course, when you're faced with a problem where they're not the same on the bottom, we have to make them the same, and that's where we're going to multiply. So this left-hand fraction has a 3 on the bottom, so we want this fraction to also have a 3 on the bottom, so we're going to multiply by a 3. But in order to not change what this fraction is representing, we multiply it by the same on the top and bottom, because that'll make it the same number, just written slightly differently. And this left fraction has a 3, but not the 5, so that we're going to multiply by 5 over 5 on this left-hand fraction. And we multiply, we just go straight across, where 5 times 4 is 20, 5 times 3 is 15, 2 times 3 is 6, 5 times 3 is 15. All right, and that guarantees that these are a common denominator on the bottom, and now we add the 20 plus the 6. And at the end, we just want to see if we can simplify. 26 isn't divisible by 5 or 3. So this would be our final answer, 26 over 15. Subtractions, no different, but just know that you don't always have to do the full thing. So you could do it like this, and you would get that same on the bottom. This is going to require you to simplify more at the end because 8 and 4 already have some similarities in them because 8 is 4 times 2. So this right-hand fraction already has the 4 in the bottom, but it has an extra 2, so we're going to take the left-hand fraction and multiply it by 2 over 2. This is the simplest way we can turn this 4 into an 8 to get these to match. And now we have that common denominator. 10 minus 3 is 7. All right, and that's our final answer. All right, so again, nothing wrong with multiplying by 4 over here and 8 over here. It just means you're going to do some more simplifying at the end. All right, one more example, 1/12 plus 5 over 18. Let's see, so 12 is 4 times 3, 18 is 9 times 2, so this is 2 times 2 times 3, this is 3 times 3 times 2. All right, so they both have a single 2 as a factor, and they both have a single 3 as a factor, so this one needs that extra 3 it doesn't have, and this one's going to need the extra 2 it doesn't have. Again, this is not something you have to do, it's just thinking a little bit at the beginning is going to make the end easier. So now I multiply 3 over 36 plus 10 over 36. And you see by multiplying by these smallest numbers, I'm able to get a common denominator. If you did 12 times 18 on both sides, you just have a much bigger fraction you'd have to deal with. And I get 13, 36. This one actually does simplify at the end. 13 and 36, both divisible by 13. I get 1/3. That's my final answer is just, oh no, because that'd be 39. So no, it doesn't simplify. 13 over 36. Is the final answer. All right, but here's the one for you to try on your own. I'd subtract these two fractions. All right, I'll show you the answer in 3, 2, 1. And here's the final answer. So just multiply both by 5 over here, both by 2 over here, and you combine and simplify. All right, so just remember, whenever you're adding anything with a fraction in it, you have to get a common denominator. One thing that I didn't put in here is if you had like 2 plus 1/2, remember, you can always make this whole number over 1 and then get your common denominator after that.